YouTube, what it do, loved ones? I know it been a minute, you know what I'm saying, working and trying to tie this in with my schedule, homie. So sometimes I be kind of like offbeat. But YouTube, you know the motto. If you can, go over there, hit me with a like, which is a thumbs up, and that'll let me know I'm kicking my stuff. This right here, the young homeboy asked me, he said, homie, you got any jailhouse stories revolving dudes' hood days, like how the Crips be, or have you ever been locked up around they hood days and on they hood days? If so, do they be turned up, or how do it be? So I'm gonna give you a story right here of the Los Angeles County Jail, and by being the 4th month, 6th day, 4-6 neighborhood, this a story of about a 4-6 neighborhood and my homeboy LSD, SD Deuce from my turf homie chunking him. But before we go into that story, I'ma just tell you bits and pieces of stuff leading up to that, but how Crips act inside the county jail around they turf days, homie. So right here, this Los Angeles County Jail, homie, and we're gelling, homie. At this particular time, I'm in there on some bullshit, but it carry a little time. And my homeboy LSD GSD Deuce, he's in there on like a 3-strike, a case that carried like a 3-strike, time frame limit, homie. And at these times, homie, we mainline gelling. We on the main line. We between I think the 3,000s and 4,000 floors, homie. And at this time, the Crips is kind of like dominating the movement. They kind of like in position, homie, doing their thing. So during dudes' hood days, dudes will still be cooking pruno. Dudes will pitch in and possibly do a spread. And if you got enough dudes from the same hood together, when these hood days come up, these dudes are set trip, homie. So anyway, leading up to 4-6 neighborhood day, this probably April 4th, the 3rd or something, homie. Mid-90s, homie. So bam, I'm in there fighting my case, moving around, homie, and I know the homie in there, and sometimes homies from the same turf, they be trying to link up and hook up with each other, homie. Especially if we moving around and it's kind of dangerous, you want to be damn near with another solid homie. So me and the homie from the turf, we ain't really made solid connections yet through there, besides going to court when we see each other at court sometime, homie, because we both was going to the same Inglewood court. So anyway, homie, I remember leading up to this dude. I think this dude was from Neighborhood Crip or something, homie. And I remember doing these movements, homie. Sometime they'll throw you in these little tanks, homie. You know what I'm saying? And some dudes, homie, be trying to jump the chain, snatching wristbands off. It's all kind of moves we'll do when we want to stay house or skip a chain, homie. So I really don't know what this dude little thing was when this dude that's moving around, homie. So I'm in a little particular moving around. So I go up in a little tank, dog, with everybody. So everybody know when you moving with store, canteen, they had them little green net bags. So I got my net bag, and they pack us up into one of them little cells and shit. So we up in the little cells, and I'm standing there, dudes all around, and it's a young dude come through there, homie. And so bam, homie. So he get on the side of me, homie. So so now the police is moving around, steady opening up the doors, calling people, moving people around, homie. You know what I'm saying? So the young dude come in, homie. So we happen to, look at each other, and sometimes you don't just catch what dude straight from just off the back, homie. So I remember that nigga like, what's up, cuz? And I'm like, what's that in blood? You know what I'm saying? So we both, you know, it's tensions didn't hit already right there. So we both like kind of probably cutting the eye, because I know I'm cutting the eye at this nigga. I'm like, damn, we damn near the same height. This fuck around and be a good squabble. This is what I'm saying to myself. And I'm knowing, I'm thinking he probably thinking the same thing, homie. So now, to get into the store, so now the police is moving around, steady opening up that door, calling people. So like I said, I don't know what his thing is when they brought him, pulled him up in there. He possibly could have known he was leaving or what. So in the midst of us looking at each other and they calling names and the sheriff and them closing the doors, I'm like, damn, nigga should fuck around and take off on this nigga. And he fuck around and in his mind he's saying the same shit, fuck around, take off on this dumb ass nigga, because we both addressed each other on tensions. So like I said, I don't know if he know he on the in and out on that motherfucker real quick or what. So homie, in the same token, we see the sheriff moving back and forth and shit, looking at little paperwork and shit. We both looking at each other, homie, and quick as my mind think to get off the rip. The young Rip nigga, he gone, you know, while I'm looking around, kind of just, he gone and splash me, homie. Bam, straight to the face, splash me, homie. So I get off, you know, try to grab my senses, and I'm getting off back. I hear OG up in there like, let him get down. So we kind of like moving a little bit. Sheriff come back, snatch the door open, pull him up out of there. One grab me. They take him on, ask me what's happening. Like, what's this about? They like rough a nigga up, son. Ask me what this about. So basically, I'm like, man, you know, shit, I ain't know what to say. I'm like, man, shit, I don't know. That shit was some personal shit. They asked me that I know him. I'm like, no, I don't know him. It ain't no big issue. It was a misunderstanding. We both, you know, some bullshit, sports shit, homie. So bam, I don't know what they do with him, homie. Food, the sheriff there asked me, was I'm cool? Was I'm straight to go back up in there? I'm like, yeah. So I fall back up in there. So at this time, nose swole, feel like it's kind of leaking just a little tad up in there. So I'm up in there, eyes watery like a motherfucker, like, fuck, niggas on. I'm like, damn, homie, fuck these niggas. You know, back in the day, this how we talking. I'm like, man, blood, fuck these niggas. A nigga want to get to where one of the homies, where my homies at, or some homies at and shit. So anyway, I wind up going to my floor where I had to originally go, homie. So bam, now on the 4,000 floor, homie, you got neighborhood Crips, you got Facing them from East Coast, T-Roni them from 4-6 neighborhood, homie. So now, like I say, when the neighborhood core or these dudes get deep in the surrounding hood, these dudes can kind of start tripping, homie. So now I hear about them dudes tripping on the 4,000 floor, homie. You know what I'm saying? Like, damn, I hear the homie over there. So I'm like, well, I just get into it with a motherfucker. So I know the homie is finna go up with the homie. So I hear like it's a lot of active rips. T-Roni them, Face from East Coast, a few more niggas, homie. So I get the word from a homie that come like, yeah, you know your boy over there, one of your homies, LSD. I'm like, yeah, I already know, homie. I'm like, tell him, you know, what happened to me in the tank. You know, I got, you know, kind of got dope fiend a little bit, homie. And homie, I'm trying to get with him, nigga, where we could like rush one of these niggas or get to tripping. But I told him to be on point, cause niggas tripping. He like, you know he already on deck. So bam, homie. So this the story I wind up getting, you know, from a couple different sources on how it went down, homie. You know, with the homie. So the homie over there with T-Roni them and a gang of different rips. And at that time, T-Roni and probably some more rips, homie, because I seen T-Roni. Them dudes was kind of like, some banged out rips, homie. I didn't heard about T-Roni taking phase. I done been on the floor where I heard him squabble some niggas and shit like that. So I'm knowing he got a, he pushing this crip thing hell of a, homie. And the other dudes from East Coast and other rips, they over there pushing hard, homie. So bam. Homie tell me, you know what I'm saying, that T-Roni and them come down the tier and shit one day, sweeping and cleaning up. And they see the homie, you know, niggas is sweat niggas, asking niggas where they from. So remind you, homie, Me and the homie, we been up in there like a year and some change already, homie. So niggas been already like squabbling. The homie already been squabbling, niggas. We already been squabbling, niggas. Niggas then already went to the hole for getting cracked with knives and shit like that. So this the shit me and the homie had already been going through, along with other B-Dog homies from Villain, 20s, and different other homeboys, homie. This what we already been going through already, homie. So bam. And other power homies from Bompton, we already been going through this shit. Certain homies that been in there like a year and some change, homie. So, but some niggas will be thinking you new because they ain't seen you. So niggas will be thinking you fresh fish, not knowing you been there. So word is, them dudes think the homeboy LSD, GSD dudes from the turf, they think he new fish, homie. So T-Ronnie and them coming down in tier from 4-6 neighborhood. Like, yeah, niggas hood day. Like, you know, like it's getting that, you know, it's around they hood day. Like, you know, yeah, nigga, woo, 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 they own one. So Ronnie get to the homie cell and like, and you know, get at niggas, the homie in there with a nigga from Legend and shit and a couple other niggas. So Ronnie hit the homie up like, hey, cuz, where you from, cuz? And the homie like, nigga, this neighborhood pop rule. Like, homie, who you getting at like that, blood? So them niggas had like words and shit, you know what I'm saying? So he say Ronnie got the broom in his hand and look up at the, you know what I'm saying? That's how them niggas used to do is, like, if when they come to you, Rips come to your cell, they don't kind of like your push, and them niggas want to bust you out, niggas will always make sure they get the right number. Like, okay, I got you. Like Ronnie, like, look at his cell, like, all right, cuz, and push off. So he like that night, he expecting, you know, the activity to go down, homie. So he say none jump off that night, homie. You know what I'm saying? He go to court and everything the next day. He said the next day, homie, young Rip fool come down like, hey, homie, you the homie, you the dude the homie get into it with the other day? The homie like, yeah, I'm him. What's happening? And he like, yeah, the homie said he gonna pop you out, man. You gotta handle your business, homie. You know, kinda, you know, he don't like the way you got at him. So the homie like the homie say he don't, you know, the word get around like the homie don't do no explaining on, you know, the nigga got at the homie like, cuz, where you from? The homie just push like, nigga, this neighborhood power, like, nigga, don't get at me like that, nigga, you got me twisted, fucked up. So bam, homie. Like I say, when Crip hoods get deep or surrounding nigga hood days and shit like that, it can ante up, homie. So bam, the homie say the third day, homie, uh, 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 the things get popped, the gate get popped. Now Ronnie been pushing, homie, been putting hands on niggas, giving niggas hell of a fades and everything, homie. So you know, we all know about, if you been up in there some time, if you don't personally meet a nigga, you hear names that's ringing through that motherfucker, homie. So the homie say it's shit, you know, Ronnie a big old nigga, you know, crippin' and shit. So bam, the homie said, they say the homie cell, you know, they come bam, the homie cell get popped. And you know, the Crips, you know, like I said, they was dominating and pushing at that time. So it was awkward to see certain bloods like us and from different turfs, from different Paru turfs and Bompton and different shit, pushing solid, pushing like the big homies in the late 80s and shit, like still moving with heat, still down to rush niggas and shit. So that shit was awkward, homie. So one time was like, the homie word was said that one time, asked the homie like, you straight, homie, can you handle that shit? And the homie like, hell yeah, cause the homie not know, you know what I'm saying, at that time, you know, LSD wasn't like no small nigga. He was on chunky too. Niggas that know the homie, he had arms and was on chunky too. But Ronnie was like, you know, a big old rip nigga, you know what I'm saying? So bam. So he say he go out, you know what I'm saying, and fall up where they set the squabble up at and shit. So he say, homie, in his mind, you know, when I finally talked to the homie, and had got the word. The homie was like, already in his mind, he had told, niggas in his cell, like, homie, I'll be back. I'm finna go, you know what I'm saying, fuck this nigga up. You know what I'm saying? But the homie say he was just pumping himself up, just saying just, what it is, homie. So he say he get down there with T-Roney at T-Roney down there with some chucks on. So remind you, at this time, niggas in Jack Flap. So he like the only rip, probably a couple more nigga in some real shoes. He in chucks and shit. So he say T-Roney up in there kind of like position, in squabble position, kind of like 1 foot out, like, and the homie say as soon as he pounce up in there, nigga, he charge in straight to work. Bam, 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 bam. He say T-Roney trying to send him a little bit. Bam, bam, bam. So homie on him. He saying he out moving the nigga. Boom, boom, bop, boom, boom, boom. That's the word. The homie out moving that nigga, dancing and out. Boom, bop, boom. Saying T-Roney trying to send him. He seeing ripses, couple ripses right there. And they see the homie kind of like moving T-Roney real vicious. Boom, bop, boom, bop. T-Roney kind of like ain't really, kind of like sending him because he still probably kind of dazed because the homie move in on the nigga. Boom, bop. The homie say he's sending him. He say the rips kind of like grab him, to kind of like, grab him for T-Roney could kind of like regroup. He say T-Roney get off on him. Bam, fire to the neck, kind of like, you know what I'm saying? He said he go in some more. Boom, bop, boom. Like they both stand off, you know what I'm saying? And he like, something, I don't know what happened, because, we getting these words and shit. But, what the homie say, they both like, like fade off and shit. And T-Roney push off, the homie push off. And the homie say rips and everybody looking. Like, damn, homie, hey, where you from again? The homie like, homie, I'm from Inglewood, neighborhood, Paru. And a couple other motherfuckers was like, man, them niggas, the rips was looking like kind of in shock. Because T-Roney been around there flexing on niggas, moving on niggas through the county jail. And then for the homeboy, Damu homeboy, come up in there and run a fade at a high rate was shocking. Them niggas was like, damn, homie, like, damn. So the homie say he go back to his cell and shit. And he tell niggas in the cell, like, niggas like, man, what happened? He was like, nigga, shit, nigga, we ran it up. Vicious as a motherfucker. I did my thing. I think homie real tough. So the homie say he was like kicking it and shit. And he say, rips coming through next, different rips coming through looking and shit. Like, hey, homie, what's up? Homie, where you from? Like, and he like pushing the turf. Niggas like, all right, homie, hey, T-Roney gonna be through to holler at you. So he like, damn, nigga, it's finna go up again. Cause in them county jails, nigga, it could be your day, nigga. You faded, nigga. 3 more days later, you might have a hell of a fade, or you might get ran, homie. That's how the county jail was. So the homie like, nigga, round 2 might be, nigga, it's gonna go up, nigga, again. So he say, couple days later, T-Roney come through. T-Roney come through and shit. So T-Roney like, hey, SD Deuce. And the homie like, what's happening? He was like, damn, nigga, would you try to have a nigga running through this motherfucker like a raccoon, homie? Cause he had 2 little knots, was kind of turned dark, I guess. Like, nigga, would you try to have a nigga running through this motherfucker like a raccoon, nigga? What's happening, homie? He said, niggas kind of like laughed about that shit, homie. But that's just how it be, homie. You lose something, you win something in that motherfucker, homie. In them county jails and around niggas turf days and shit, niggas be amped up drinking and shit like that. So yeah, the fativity still go on, homie. 89 on up. I'm just sending it G stuff, not Y stuff. You know what it is. I'm out.